When people come to me and say, hey, I'm talking to somebody and I want to let them know, it's super easy. Like, suffered from depression, tried to hang myself, literally did hang myself, and I've been rebounding back ever since. I'm taking other people with me, trying to be like, hey, look, life's not over. Yeah. Life's never over. It's never too late.
That was the other interesting part.
Yep, definitely. 15 feet from the air. Jumped off of a ladder, a step ladder. So I don't know. Just if you tell her, it's like some of these they're tough. But I tell people like, look, I don't have a filter.
What's going on, everybody? I hope you guys are doing absolutely wonderful today. I hope everybody is just always fantastic. It's one of my main concerns for everybody, concerns or hopes. Not sure which one it is, but I always like to know or always like to hope that you guys are having a great day or a great week, month, year, just a great life. And hopefully I can help you have a better day by what I'm about to do here today, which is, I think it's pretty cool. We are doing a request. Actually, I normally don't do requests, but somebody on Instagram, one of my awesome Instagram followers, sent me over a picture of Yosemite National Park. And it's not a common scene that you would see all the time. Like if you Google it and look, it's a little bit different, but I think it's pretty cool. But at the same time, it's kind of nice and basic where I can possibly, transform that into what I would call a painting with using very, few elements. So think about this. Edit, edit, edit. So what I'm going to do is I am going to possibly throw the image up on the bottom corner or somewhere. Possibly. I might not. I'm not sure. Depends on how I'm feeling when I'm editing this. But anyhow, I'm going to show you the elements of what I would do to create this. Now, keep this in mind. If you are a beginner, this is probably something good for you, a good tutorial for you. But remember, it's not always going to look like the real life picture. You know what I mean? So it's something that I almost never do. So if this is your first time painting, I would encourage you to either watch the video or just kind of paint along. But I can say this, you can definitely do this. You can definitely have fun doing this, and you can just get some great feelings while you're doing this, as long as you're not concerned exactly about the outcome. Focus on the feeling. I say it all the time. Focus on the feeling that you get when you're painting. Remember, you're most likely painting, if you're like me, you're painting for a reason because it is actually helping you. That's why you're doing it. Don't forget that. Enjoy the process. Enjoy the process. So what we're going to do is we are going to jump right over here to the canvas here. It's a 16 by 20 canvas. I did put a little bit of medium. If I drew a line right about here, it's, just top half technically is where it could be. I put a little medium up there just to kind of help some of the paint slip and slide and do all of the things. So let's go ahead and jump right into this. This is going to be a very, I say easy, but it's going to be more on the simpler side. There's very few elements in here, and I think this is a great opportunity. So let me stop running the old motorboat here and show you the colors here. I will have the links in the descriptions for all of this stuff, all the colors, same colors that I always use. I am using a different paint this time, paint that I'm moving forward in the future using, and I will have all that information right down in the description. All right. Let's see here. Let's see what we got. So I'm going to grab me a 1-inch brush right here. I'm going to take a 1-inch and, excuse me, I'm going to mix up, it's just pretty much blue. I'm going to put some of the sky in here, just a little bit, and then we'll start blocking in some of the shapes. So I'm actually going to grab a little bit of, oh yeah, look at that. Hello. Good to see you. Here we go. Weirdness already. What are we at? 5 minutes. 5 minutes and the old weirdo's coming out. Not a weirdo, it's happiness. It's that ooh feeling, that good feeling that I get. A little bit of white. I'm going to take white. I want a nice light blue color. All right, can you see that? Sure you can. Maybe a touch of black. Yeah, what the heck? Let's get a crimson in there. A little beautifulness happening here. Nice light color. How's that? I'm gonna go up here and let's just drop in some color here. All right, right about something like that. I'm just doing the little X strokes or whatever you want to call them. The back. It doesn't matter how you do it. Just get the paint on there. Just get the paint on there and do it. I'm just adding a little, same color, a little bit of blue, a little black, a little crimson. All right, and I'm just going to try to, just kind of rough it up. I'm going to try to get the elements or the things where they belong, okay? And that's the idea. And like I said, don't worry about everything being exact, okay? Do not worry about it. Because if you worry about everything being exact, you're gonna stress out, and you don't want to stress out. All right? If you want things to be exact, maybe go to art school or take up art or something like that, as a major or whatever. But if you're doing it for fun, let it be fun. I'm going to take a touch of crimson here, a little bit more crimson, and I just want to do this because it gives it a little bit of I don't know, variety would be the proper word. It just gives it a cool look, in my opinion, of course. All right, so I'm going to do one of these numbers here. All right, and that's pretty much that right there. So let me set this 1-inch brush down here, and I'm going to grab me. I'm just going to grab me a bigger 2-inch brush here. I'm just going to give this a quick blend, real quickly here. All right, just to soften it up. Like I said, these are very basic. These are basic elements here. So this should be something that you should actually have a lot of fun doing, because I'm going to try to make this as easy as possible. I did not rehearse this. I didn't practice this. All right, so you're doing it, you're seeing it as I am. All right, I left this little white spot here real quick. It's not in the reference photo, but I'm going to take a fan brush right here. See? Hello, good to see you. A little bit of white on there. What the heck? A little bit of this too. A little crimson. All right. And I'm going to, how's that going to look there? Yeah, why not? Why not? I just want to add just one cloud in here. Okay, just one cloud. That's it. There's not one in the photo, like I said, but I want one right in here, just like this. And you see, I'm not really worried about too much here. I'm just, just throwing some color up there. See that? Just a little bit of color, a little bit more white on there. And I'm just trying to think how that's going to look going to the back of that mountain. And maybe we'll just have one going off the edge right there. Okay, let's set that down. Excuse me. Yeah, we're recording. Take the 2-inch brush now. See, I just put that color on. I'm just going to softly, carefully blend the bottoms of these clouds out real quick. All right, something like this there. Give it a little lift. See, little lift, lift, lift. All right, nice and, hey, you don't belong there. Come on, hit the road. Hit the road, buddy. Oh, jeez. Lift it up. And voila. Blend the bottom of that real quick, okay? And we have a little corner sky happening right there. What do you think about that? All right, let's grab the knife. Let's not grab the knife. Let's grab a bottle of water real quick because I have a dry throat. It's been over 2 months. Over 2 months since I drank Red Bull. Give me a like, at least for that. Drop me a like. Oh, that's the other thing. Don't forget to like, share, and all the stuff. Please like the video, subscribe. I am grabbing me, okay, I have these handy dandy little brushes. I'm gonna get me just a nice, I'm gonna get me a flat brush here. Number 4 flat, I think this is, a bristle brush. Now I'm gonna start, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna block in the elements, what I see for the mountains. So they look to appear to be kind of a gray color. So for that, I'm gonna let's just do some blue, all right, Prussian blue. Let's get some ivory black up in there. And let's try some red, maybe, maybe not. Maybe this is how you learn. Blue, black, red, And let's scoop some of this white right there. Looks right? I mean, the white looks right. The color don't look right at all, so let me figure this out. More white. To get that grayish color, all we had to do was we had to mix black and white, which is standard, but some of the other paints that I've used didn't work out like that. Okay, I'm putting a touch of blue in there just to kind of blue it up a little bit. All right, so we have black, white, and a touch of blue. All right, so I'm going to black, white, touch of blue. I'm going to see maybe just a tiniest bit of crimson in there. I don't know. All right, so let's go ahead and start putting our shapes in, just our basic shapes here. So I got the flat brush going here, and we got something there, maybe, something like that, and that kind of goes this way here. This is just basic shapes, that's it, okay? Basic shapes. Goes off like that, and then drops down and goes off. Something like that right there. And a little bit more. Let's bring it up. And you can refine these as you go. Okay, now we get a little bit more black in there to make it a little bit darker. Okay, now this whole area over here is like a big old mountain that drops off. It looks like comes down like this, and what do we got? We got this one there. We got that little bump right there, and then it goes up, and then, you know, something like, I don't know, something like this right here. You see, that's like the idea of what's going on. Now I'm going to get some black, touch of blue, just some dark color, black, blue, mix it in with our pile here. Black, blue, nice and dark. Well, it's not real dark. But I want to divide this here because I see where the light's coming in. It kind of drops down like that, and then we have some, you know, some different cracks and things. Right in. So this drops down like this. And we have some stuff into there. And then it looks like all of this here is a dark color. Okay, so what I'm trying to do at this point is, let me get some more blue and black. I'm just trying to, I better not stand in the way of the camera. I want to fill in some of these areas here. All right, just to get that general, you know, that general idea so we know what's happening. There's some more shadows over here too. So I'm just putting in the shadow colors is all that I'm doing, really, at this point. All right, so I'm just dropping it. I'm being very, like, I don't know, impressionistic with this right now. There's a shadow up here, like this. Another one up there. Something like that. And then go back to, I'm going to take some of our, I'm going to take some white. And, you know, the little blue and black gives us a light gray color. Very light color. And then we have, it looks like to be a little, you know, something over here as well. You know, something like this, kind of goes up like that. And then just scooping up some more white right here. And you can, like I said, you could play around with this because, you know, I think one of the best things, best advice I can give you is you want to learn. I think it's better to learn, you know, yourself. You know, by experimenting, I think that's the best way. You know, my opinion. All right, all right, all right. All right, let me set that brush down real quickly. And I'm going to grab this 1-inch brush right here, and I'm going to drag some of this color down real quick. Make some little curves and shadows and little extra movements and stuff. Okay. See, I'm just softly dragging it. Okay. I'm gonna wipe the brush off here real quick. Actually, I'm gonna try this. I'm gonna take a paper towel just real quickly, and I'm gonna kind of wipe off the areas where I think there's gonna be some nice highlight. All right. Just kind of, it's gonna show up a little dark, but that's all right. I'm just wiping it off. And then we have some there. Like that. This was all light there. And then we have something like that right there. Okay. Always step back and take a look. Always step back. All right, come back up here. I'm going to swirl this now with the 1-inch brush. What I'm trying to do is I'm just trying to spread the paint out a little bit so there's no hard lines or anything like that where you can tell it stops or whatever. All right, the same thing here. Well, isn't that interesting? What do we got? World War going on outside? It sounds like we got a bunch of tankers and everything else. I'm not sure. Seems like they're going to drive right through the front door. Always interesting, I can say that. Always interesting. Every time I make videos. We've got something going on. Okay. Now we have some trees in here. All right, so I'm not too worried about that there. Okay. Now I'm going to take the brush. You can make unique lines just with the brush, depending on how you hold it and stuff like that. So always remember that. Okay. All right, now I'm going to grab the palette and I'm going to grab my flat brush here, which I normally don't use a flat brush, by the way, but I am now. It just seems to be doing the job. All right, so here's what I want to do. I want to darken up this area right here. So I'm going to just take blue and black. All right, just some, see that right there? Blue and black. It's very dark, very dark. And I'm going to go, I want to put this one shadow in here, more blue and black. And then there's a little gap, it looks like. Okay, and then we have that area right about there, something like that. All right, I'm just reloading with the same old colors here. Make sure I'm not in the way of the camera. And I want to come over here, and I want to do the same thing right there, like this. Okay, I'm just estimating where this stuff goes. So when you do this, just have a little confidence and don't worry about it, you know, because if you make a mistake, it's, you know, you can go right over it, you know, wipe it off, do it again. All right. Now, for the sake of Apple Watch, always something. For the sake of time and all that stuff, I'm just trying to, like I said, I'm just trying to be more on the basic side just to show you what I would do, all right? And we're going to start putting some highlights on here in a few minutes. Black and white, black and blue, I'm sorry. Black and blue. Define this edge right here, all right? All right, something like that. Put a few extra bumps and cracks and things in. Just like about that, right about there. Okay, there is a rock here. Comes up like this, and then it's going to disappear. There's a tree there. And then we have this guy here that goes up the little mountain there. He's got a little section here. And then we have, as a matter of fact, let's do something here real quick. I'm just going to take some blue and some black again. Just a little blue and black, and I'm going to do this. We have a tree here. I'm just going to outline, kind of mark it up where the tree is going to go. He goes here. I'm doing these little circle things. All right, like this, comes down, he's all in here. And then we have his little buddy goes here, like that. More blue. I'm just using blue and black, by the way. That's all that I'm using, blue and black. And we have this guy here, up here. He comes higher. All right, it goes like that. More blue and black. And you have this one here. This one's way up here. So I'm just, see what I'm doing? It's not even the right color, and that's all right. That's what I'm telling you. It's okay. Be okay with it. Okay. Now I can come back in and refine things, you know, make it a little bigger where it needs to be. This tree needs to be just maybe a little higher. He goes up a little bit more. Maybe this guy goes up more, whatever. You get the point, right? Maybe this one here. All right. Now, since we have the flat brush and that color still going, I'm going to do this. We have, it looks like, so if this is down here and that's going to go that way, let's do something like that. See? It's a little bit of an angle, it looks like, just a tiny, tiny bit. And then we have this other area here where there is a fence. I'm going to try to make that look perspectively correct. It goes this way. There's a little piece of a road in there as well. I'm not going to worry about putting that in there at all. All right, just to get the basic idea here. 1, 2, and there's 3 showing. 1, make this one a little bit bigger because it's closer. And this one a little bit bigger. Now I have to look at that because, you know, the way the hill goes, the way it's framed up, I may want to change that possibly. I don't know. Or maybe I'll make it look like it, you know, runs, you know, down like this. There's little perspective lines. See? You know, something like that. Or I could lower the hill or whatever. We're going to take the palette knife real quick, and I'm going to clear a little area here. Just put it over here. Just kind of clean it up. I want to get some white paint. It's okay if it has a little bit of blue in it. That's okay. It's like a grade blue. I'm going to get a little bit of white paint right there. You see that? All right. And I'm going to take the knife here, get a nice little roll on that. And I'm going to come up here, and I'm just going to start to, you know, put in. I'm just getting more white paint when I go down here to the palette. I'm going to just do one of these numbers. I'm touching. All right. Angles are probably, you know, fairly important here. So if you look at the angles on the photograph, you know, it kind of goes like this, and then there's a little piece that goes off like that down there somewhere. Don't kill yourself with making every little thing, you know, perfect. You know, I get it. You want things to be perfect, but you want to have fun as well. All right, because that's important. Having fun is very, very important. Put a little bump on there. Okay. And then we have, looks like a little color here, a little bit of white right here. See, now I'm just going around with the knife and just kind of spotting on, you know, where I think that, you know, that highlight color should go. And then we have shadows on the top there, and then right here distinctively, we have I don't know if I forgot what I was just saying, but it sounds like there's somebody outside with an air compressor. A noise, actually not even air, a noise that I've never heard in my entire life before. So if you see a look on my face, that's what I'm trying to figure out. I'm trying to figure out what in the actual hell goes on in this plaza every single time I make a video. It's like some weirdness happening. Oh my goodness. All right, so there we got some of that there. And while I'm at it, we have some of this rock that was, I said that was going to show, he was right. I'm just going to put him kind of back in here because he was there. I think I took him out with the trees. Okay. So there's that. Trial and error is what this is. Trial and error. Maybe we have a little bit of light in here. And then I'm going to drop in some of this here. This is a little bit of an off-white color here that kind of runs down there. All right, so now I'm going to go in here and I'm going to take where there's like blue, black, and some gray. It's just like a very blue, gray, white color. It's not white, but it's off-white. Little variety we're going to need. So I want to drop in some little things here, see? Little lines and sideways shapes and stuff like that. Okay, something like that right there. This actually looks like it has a little bit of crimson in it, believe it or not, in a few spots. So I'm actually going to put some of that in there. Just a tiny, I don't know if it was the printer that I printed it on or what, but it looks pretty cool. So I'm just going to put it in. Just a few pieces of it. Okay, now this is different from what I normally do. This is very different from what I normally do, so you may catch me a little bit more in thought than normal. All right, I just took some blue and black, more blue in it, and I want to put this defining line here, like this. Okay. Pardon my hand, it's probably in the way. I'm going to do, once again, I'm going to take the same, blue and black, and I want to spot some colors around here too as well. Something like that. Okay, I'm going to just give the knife a quick wipe off real quick, and then I'm going to take pure straight up white, and I want to hit these corners here just like this. Okay, just putting straight pure white, pure white on here. Make a little bump there, make a little ridge here just so it looks nice and stands out. Put some there. And then I'm going to go over here too. The sun's kind of above head or something. I don't know what it is. It's not one angle. I know that much. It's kind of straight above. Okay. All right, so let's go ahead and go right up to here. I'm going to put some white paint right there. And I'm going to kind of drag this like this. See it? Dragging it down like that. Right off the top here. This is fairly white and gray or whatever. So I'm just dragging it down. See, like that. Make little lines with the knife. You could use a brush probably to do this. I just felt like a knife was more comfortable. Let me wipe that off real quick, and then I'm going to take some straight white. I just want to define this edge right here. That little edge right there. I'm adding a few little lines in here to try to show, I don't know what I'm trying to show what I see in the picture is what I'm trying to show. That's all I'm trying to show. I need some dark up there. So this is just a game of lights and darks. I need some dark right about there. And then it looks like, and here I'm telling you not to go overboard, and I think I am at this point. But I just wanted to put some of these darks back in here, that's all. Because I want to show the depths of it, the depths, however you say it. You know, like the details or whatever, you know what I mean? Now, let me set the palette down here real quick. Let me wipe this knife off here and do one of these numbers here. I'm just putting some white paint on the fan brush real quickly, okay? And I want to do one thing. This is not in the photo, but I wanted to make a little bit of mist or something, you know, just so it's like, I don't know why I'm doing this. I'm just doing it. Just right there. Wipe it off. Get some more white. This may, this could cause a problem for the trees for some people, so maybe don't do this. But I am. 2-inch brush. I want to give this a little blend real quick. I was just hoping to make like a misty area, that's all. All right, wipe that off. Now what I want to do is, I want to come in here and I want to lift with the brush carefully. There's a hair. And what I'm hoping to do is to soften it a little bit. So I'm going to pull down actually this one here. Pull, pull, pull. See? Pull it into the depths of the dark. See? And once again, be very careful if you actually do this, okay? Be very careful. I don't want you to you know, mess up something or drag too much paint out and then get upset with me. Now let me do this. I'm going to try lifting upwards. And then I can drag some. And I think maybe a little bit right in here, and I think we'll be in business. Angles are very important, though. They really are. Okay. I'm going to give it one last little wipe right here real quick. Excuse me. And then I'm going to do just a soft, just a very soft. I'm barely touching anything. I'm just trying to give it that nice little whatever. All right. And I think that's that on that. All right, let's set the paper towels down and okay, wipe the flat brush off. Now we're going to throw some of the undercolor in for the grass right now. That's something I want to do to determine whether or not we have to change the way the landscape is. Okay, here we go. Save some time. I'm going to take the 1-inch brush right here, and I'm going to, let's scoop into some of our green. All right, so look, so I got some green. Heck, I'm just going to set it in our pile here. Look, green. I'm going to take some black, and I'm going to take some blue. Blue, black, and green. All right, a little bit more black. Earth it up a little bit, okay? Now, it's not a super dark color, the grass, all right? But I want to put a little bit of dark so the highlights show. So look, there is no medium down here whatsoever, okay? Blue, black, and some green. I'm just going to drop in some of this color here. All right, I'm going to try to follow these lines. And I'm going like this because I wanted to show it like coming this way, you know what I mean? That's what I was looking to do. Like it's sort of like a hill coming downward. Okay. Now, there's some dark shadow here, so I'm going to just twirl it in. All right, and I'm just going to swat back and forth until most of this comes together. All right, not worried too much because we have to put some yellow on here as well. Okay. All right, now I'm going to, while we have the brush, let's take the 1 inch here. Let's get a lot of blue, a lot of black into our pile. Touch of green again. A lot of blue, a lot of black. Very dark color. All right, and I want to start to fill in. All right, you see what's happening here? I'm putting in some stuff here. All right, blue, black, touch of green. Very dark. Very, very dark. All right. And all I'm going to be doing is swirling in the colors. And when you see me go down to the palette, I'm getting the same thing. And I'll probably start to press when I get closer to the mountain so I don't mess it up. All right, come in here. You can do circles here. When you get near the mountain, I would suggest that you press with the brush. And that's my suggestions for the day. Southern, I always wanted the Southern accent. Give it a little tap. Dark on the base. All right, maybe some of that's showing through, I don't know. Very, very dark. Very, very dark. Very dark color. German accent. My grandmother was German. My grandmother, she was a beautiful woman. Took care of me for so many years, helped out with everything. Not sure where that came from. Maybe except for the fact that I miss her. I miss her a lot. And I wish she was here today, along with my grandfather. I would just always hope to make them proud after everything that I went through in my life. There's some people that I wish could see me today, you know. Not because I don't think I'm anything, but I feel good about the things that I've done. That's the truth. Okay, I'm just putting that dark color in, you see? I'm just doing the circles, right? Here's a little pro tip. That dark color, what we've been using, right? You see it? Circles, circles, circles on the bottom, whatever, all right? And then when you get towards here, that's when you do your little tappers, okay? Swirl it in and then refine it, okay? You are welcome. You are welcome. Welcome. Okay. Now I'm just going to go doing, you know, little taps and such. Okay, just, you know, and it's, like I said, it's not going to be exact. It's not going to be exact. All right, this one is a little bit higher. See, the top of this tree has a unique look, and I want to try to capture that. He goes like this. He goes like this, and then kind of bounces this way and goes this way. Okay. Get some real dark color here, because he's got some awful dark shadows in here. Right there, something like that. Now I'm taking straight blue and black, and I'm just trying to map in. There's some dark spots in here, and I'm just trying to follow them, is what I'm trying to do. It's all about just color, shape, and form, and that's it. Color, shape, form. All right. A little bit there. And then we have something there. Okay, now let me just take a step back real quick. Okay, not too bad, not too bad. All right, let's go ahead and let's move right along here. Excuse me. Excuse me. I'm in a great mood, by the way. Wiping the brush off. Wiping the brush off. Got to check the time. We're on a time limit. We are on a time limit. Okay, here we got a dirty brush. I don't think I should do that. I'm going to take a fan brush that has some white, touch of blue in it, no problem. Let's go over here, and I'm going to go into my yellow. Okay, my cad yellow, and I got cad yellow light here, which I normally don't use, but it's there, just in case we want to have a taste of it. Okay, there we go. There's a little green mixed in there, and that's okay. And what I want to do is, I see that. You saw that, right? Slinging paint, literally slinging paint. I'm putting this nice little yellow in right here. Give it a nice fan. Okay, I'm going to go over here to the green. See that? Add a little bit more of the green right there. Okay, and I'm going to come back here now. Now this is where that's where that comes into play. Yeah, that's looking about right. Okay, I'm just going to swat it back and forth. See, I'm swatting. Okay, so now with this here, let's see, what do we got? Green. Let me try to touch a black in there, maybe to, I don't know, gray it or something. It's a weird color. A little ochre, maybe. How's that? Let's try some yellow ochre. See that? Yellow ochre into our yellows, into our greens. All right, and then let's do this. More green, more green, more green. Because there is more green up here. As a matter of fact, touch of blue, that'll vibrant it up. Okay, something like this. All right. Now that's just the basic layout of the land there. So I'm going to take a 2-inch brush right now, and I'm going to do one of these numbers where I'm going to just breeze it, okay? Soften it. You can go like this if you want, and sometimes you can get little grassy looking things like, you know, or you could just tap it actually. The paint's already there. This canvas is very loose today. I think I stepped on it. I don't know. No, I'm just kidding. I didn't step on it, but I don't know what I did. It's very loose. All right. Swatting back and forth. Set the brush down. Take a step back. Now we have some dark that goes up into the front. Looks like there's some bushes and things like that. So I'm going to just take our nice dark color with a little green in it. All right, I'm going to put some of these back bushes in here first. You see that right there? I'm just touching into the greens and, you know, the darks, the blue, the black, touch of green, just dark color. And I want, because I got to put that little fence thing in front. So I'm actually going to darken this corner up here. Now remember what I said about the dark colors. Don't don't focus too much. Just get them in. Just get those colors in. You're going to cover them with highlight anyway, so don't worry about it. And it looks like we have some baby ones down here, but they're going to be a little smaller. You know, I'm going to run them right across the thing like this. And I'm just getting that same color, so don't worry. Don't think I'm doing any special mixing or anything like that. Very dark, very, very dark blue and black I want this to stand out a lot. See, right there. All right, put a little there. I'm just making like a nice little row of something. And that's going to actually run right down to where this fence is going to go, which is going to be right about there. Something like that. All right, let's take this 2-inch brush real quick, and I'm just going to do one of these numbers here. Circles. See the circles? Do the circles just like that. You can come back in and do a little tap over top of those circles if you would like. Just kind of, you know, helps things out a little bit. Okay, now let's grab us I'm going to just grab a filbert brush here, which would probably be ideal. And we're going to start off, we're going to, man, that filbert brush is tough. We're going to take some brown and black and white. Ugh, I don't know if I'm going to be able to use this filbert. I think I left some paint in it. Oh, no, she's good. She's good. All right, black and brown, about 50-50. And let's just scoop a little bit of white, because that fence isn't super crazy. It's got a lot more black in it, actually. 75-25 mix. All right, something like that. Black, brown, some white. Now, I'm going to perspective, thinking perspective, we got, I'm just going to get the basic, it's going to be bigger here. And it kind of runs right off. Like this, maybe. It's not like perfectly, it's not perfectly straight or whatever, you know, so you don't have to worry about that. All right, looks pretty good. Checking the time. Checking the time. Okay, now let's just take the same color, maybe a little bit more white in it. Okay, lighten it up, see? And let's drop some of these posts in real quick. Just drop the basic shape in. Look, shoom, one there. Well, I'm making a bigger post, making the sides. So we got that there, and then we have back here, there's like some black. So we'll put that in a second. And what do we have? More green under there. Little intermission here. I'm going to take some black, blue, and our green colors. All right, just so we don't mess things up here. And I want to come in right under this fence here. See that? I just want to get some of that dark color under there. You know, our blue and our black and our green. Got to get some of that color in there. This way it's there. You know, so we're not worried about it later. All right, grab the 2-inch real quick. I'm just going to swirl this up a little bit like this. This is going to make our life a little bit easier. Okay, so the reason I did that, because that's going to help me with a number of things. I'm going to take the filbert and our brown, and this actually appears to be more of a bow, like the fence. It goes up, and then it kind of goes this way. And the reason I'm saying this is because stuff like that, it's so super easy to make sure that you fix it. All right, look, there's a little arch, according to, a tiny one, not much. All right. So now let's go ahead, and I'm going to take the flat brush here real quick, back to the flat. That's been our like greens and stuff. And I'm going to get some blue and some black and some green. And then I'm going to come right under the fence here. I'm going to trim it. All right, blue, black, a little bit of green. See this? Now I'm cutting the fence. I'm cutting the fence. All right, pretty cool, huh? Blue, black, touch of green. Cutting the fence down. Super easy. Super awesome too. Cut that little fence down there. All right. All right, so now I'm taking straight blue and straight black. I'm going to come over here and I'm going to drop in. There's some black here, and then look, there's some black here. This is the post. All right. Once again, basic shapes. All right. That goes right like this, right up the top, right there. Okay. And I'm going to probably trim that down too. I'm going to take blue and black again, and we got to go. As a matter of fact, you know what? I'm going to do this way. I'm going to put some black right here, just like this. And I'm going to come down here and I'm going to do the same thing. Something like that, right about. Yeah. Trim this up a little bit, see? For perspective purposes. All right. This one comes down and shoo. This one goes right off. And if I want to change this, I could just scooch it sideways, hold the brush like this, and it just kind of erases the black. See that? Pretty cool, huh? Something like that right there. Okay, now, same colors. Blue, black, flat brush. And yes, we're recording. Okay? I got to get the under. There's like some black shadow that defines the fence, and I think it's very, very important. It kind of runs Just like that. And right off. See? You know, it's just like an outline of underneath of the fence is all it really is. Okay. So that's something to work with right there so far. I'm just grabbing a paper towel because I got paint all over me. I'm going to wipe off the flat brush here. I think I'm going to use the flat brush right now for some highlights on the fence. All right. Now, let's see if this is going to work for us. So we have white and a little bit of brown pretty much. Okay, it's not a super crazy color. White and brown, just like a light brown color. So see? Just kind of whatever's working. Maybe a touch of black, that'll gray it. It helps it. Brown, black, and some gray. All right, so let's do, I'm going to start at the post here. It looks like we have, you know, something right there maybe. And I'm going to start figuring out where our post goes like this, you know, the highlights. This is just the light colors of the post. That's all this is. Okay, just pulling from the same pile, that brown, black. All right, I'm going to come over here. And I'm just going to do one of these numbers here. Goes right there. See, I'm pulling the brush. I'm pulling it. It gives it a nice texture. Okay. Come over here and do the same thing. I'm going to pull it. Something like this. Just wanting to put the light part on. That's all I'm trying to do at this point. Just an indication to see what's happening here. Okay, back to our pile that we keep using. Brown, white, touch of black. And then I want to split this here. Split that post. We have a thing there, there. And this guy goes down like this. All right, something like that there. I can trim that off, that's no big deal. And then the same thing here. So about half of the post. Half is light, half is dark. All right, half is light, half is dark. I'm going to set this palette down real quickly. I'm going to wipe off my hands, wipe the brush off. I'm going to go into our black. I'm going to take the black and brown, just the darker color, the version of the fence color, black and brown. And I'm going to do this. Let me split this here. Okay, make the other part of the post here. Okay, like that. All right, so there's some 3 posts right there. Okay, and then I'm going to come over here. And this is where, you know, you're just going to mess around with stuff and try to figure out, you know, angles and different things. Like, I'll take a dry brush, okay, and I'm going to just a dry brush and mess with some angles. See, maybe I'll pull some of this white down so you can see, like, look, maybe this is the angle of the fence here. Maybe it goes this way, or maybe it's rounded. See that there? It's a square fence. You know, maybe it's not a square fence, but I'm just trying to show you, you know, angles mean a lot. They just mean a lot. You know, or it could be, you know, just a rounded fence or whatever. It could be whatever you want it. Or maybe there's a little light there. Maybe there's no angles. Okay. So I'm just fixing some of my angles real quick. I'm going to get a little bit of a lighter brown color here. Just add a little white to our pile. Now, I don't want to waste too much time on, on the fence, but I just want to show you what, some of the things that you can do. You can certainly, have an excellent, excellent fence if you just, spend a little bit more time on it. But maybe I'll do a tutorial on fences. Now look, watch this. A little bit there, see? A little bit there. Nice color there. Okay, wipe that off real quick. I mean, if you want to go overboard, you can to show the angles. You could pull a little bit this way, see? Or whatever. You could do that if you want, just to show that it goes this way or whatever, whichever way you want. But you don't have to do that. Okay, now I'm going to take some straight, this is straight black. I want to put in, I just want to refine that real quick, just, so there's no issues there. Refine the little shadows here. All right, just so it's there. And then I want to refine the bottom. Straight black paint. Maybe a shadow or two, in there or something, I don't know. Something like that, right about there. And the reason I'm telling you, you could spend a lot of time on this is because, I mean, you really can, and it could also, these fences could drive you absolutely, they could drive you absolutely insane. There's no question about it. So keep that in mind too, as far as like the angles and stuff go, so something like that looks okay. And then there's that, just little details and such. Little details. Something like that is doable right there, in my opinion. And if you want, you could do one little touch here, with the fence. You could just, add a touch of like, brown in there or whatever. It just gives that nice little fence feel or whatever, a little bit there, just a tiny bit. You don't have to go overboard with it, is what I'm saying. All right, now wiping off the flat brush here, wiping that off, and wiping my hand off because I'm such a mess when it comes to this stuff. Okay, wiping my hand off, wiped my hand off. Looking at the picture, blue, black, very dark color. All right, I'm going to do something a little bit different here. I'm going to do this, blue and black. Maybe a little blue, black. You can put a touch of green in there. I'm going to put little bushy things down here on the bottom. The reason I'm doing this, because it'll kind of like frame in, some of the picture, something like that. It just kind of frames in the base and all, and we can add some highlights and stuff like that. All right. One thing I noticed real quick, I'm going to grab some the light brown color, the color that we used for the fence. That's why I'm not holding the palette at this moment, because we have all our colors. Okay, light brown. I just want to do one thing just to show, that the fence post is definitely higher than the fence. Okay, so you can actually just do this. You want to just pull it up a little bit more, see, like this. Something like that right there. You know what I mean? Just to show that there's something, sticking up like that. Now, straight, let's see, let's get our dark color. I don't know, there was a little brown and black in there, whatever. It's just our nice dark color. Put some there, put some there, like this. You get the idea, right? You get the idea here. So many things you can do. And you can use different brushes to do this as well. You could use the knife if you want to. You can use the knife right here, and you can grab, some very, like a highlight color, beautiful white color, whatever. You know, and you can do all kinds of stuff. You can put some texture on this fence, you know. You can do whatever you want. See, watch this. Put some there. This could be a textured fence if you want it, you know what I mean? I'm just saying there's multiple things you can do. Well, that's a nice little touch, don't you say? What do you say about that? Nice little touch there, huh? Yeah. I like it. I like it a lot. Okay, now palette time, palette time. Water drink time real quick. Water drink time. Excuse me. I'm going to take my 1-inch brush. See this here? It's dirt on it. It's got some dirt, some green. Going to wipe it off. Going to wipe it off. All right. Now, before I go any further, I'm going to go ahead and take, I don't know why I look at that camera. I'm going to take my knife and I'm going to do this. I'm going to do this. I'm going to scratch in. I'm going to scratch in just some of the basic things that I see here, okay? Like the little branches and such. You know, just a little, the basic areas. It doesn't have to be, you know, crazy or whatever, you know, exact. All right? And I think that's the thing. Make sure that, you know, you're not going crazy when it comes to that. It doesn't have to be exact. All right. I wiped the brush a little bit. Did not clean it, just wiped it. Going to take the brush and I'm going to go, this is more of a green color. All right, so we're going to pull through the green first. I'd like to put a touch of black in there. That makes it like a nice earthy color. And then we'll go over here to our yellow. It's just cad yellow. All right, green and yellow. There was a touch of black in there. Okay, maybe a touch more black. Let's see what this does. Let's see what this does. I'm going to start putting just a few little highlights on here. Okay, I need to make it lighter. So we're going to go into some more yellow. Just tap it. Tap in with the 1-inch brush. Push. Tap and push. All right, see how that looks? Okay, not too bad. I'm going to keep going back to my pile here, you know, because that is important. Okay, a little tiny bit of green, more green in there. And I'm going to go in here. And I'm just putting random little, you know, just basic areas that I see in here. Okay. Looks like there's some light, you know, shining here maybe. Something like that. I noticed the highlights are going on like a nice little uptrend or something, so that's pretty cool. They all face like that upward direction. I'm just tapping, see? Just tapping. Just making the slightest little, you know, things here. And you could be creative with this, you know, as much as you want. All kinds of stuff. I'm going to get some blue and black in here. Darken that green up a little bit for the bottom. Blue, black, tiny bits. And then that's when I'm going to come in here and just do one of these numbers. Very subtle. It's going to sneak in here. It's going to sneak right in there like you don't even know it's there. Nice and carefully. See? Just tapping. Tap, tap, tap. Tap, tap, tap. All right, green, touch of black. Nice dark. Okay, nice and dark. And I want to go over here and I want to put in some of these areas here. There's just little areas showing. See that? Little bits and pieces. See? So everything's not a super, super bright color. All right, and then I can kind of, you know, do one of these here. I'm just pushing and just kind of killing the base of the tree so you don't see every little scratch that I made right there, okay? Now, I want to grab some yellow, more yellow, pulling through the yellow. See that? Tap. Tap, tap, tap. Now I want to have a nice bright color here because I see light there, you know, and this may not be in the picture, and that's okay, but I want some there. I want it right there. See a little tappage there. Okay, go back into my color, tap. I'm going to put a nice little push here, maybe. Maybe one there, here and there, wherever. But you see what I'm doing here? I'm just kind of doing whatever. Looks like there's some light over here, so let's take some green and some more of our nice yellow, tapping it in. Tap, tap, tap. I want to make, because there is some light coming through here. So I'm going to do this. Hang on, I got to set the palette down. If you clog your brush up with too much paint, make sure that you wipe it. Wipe it off, okay? Or get another brush or whatever. And in this case, I can actually do that. Actually, I got a 2-inch brush right here. All right, so I got the palette down. It's that yellow and yellow color that we just used. I'm going to take the 2-inch here because it'll be a little bit easier. Save some time. I'm just pulling through the yellow, and I want to come right here and do this. See, a little bit there, and then it looks like there could be some here, maybe a little bit, not too much, maybe. I don't know. All right, have a look at that. Soften it. Okay, now back to the 1-inch brush here. I'm just going to kind of tap that on the palette. It's not really going technically into any paint, and I want to soften the top here with a little bit of the darker green, just softening this area here. See, adding a couple shadows and such. Okay, like that. See? Now, let's go down to here. I'm going to take, this is green, touch of black. It's not super bright. Let's put some yellow ochre in this one. Green and some yellow ochre, see? Black, let's put a little blue in there too, why not? A little yellow, what the heck? Let's do all of it. Let's see what this does for us. It's a lot of paint. Don't clog your brushes up. I just want to put a few. Just tapping back into the color. You know, I just want to put whatever those things are. I don't know exactly what they are. But they are there. They are there for sure. Make some of them stand out. See? Little dandelion lines or whatever they're called. I don't know. I don't know what they are. There's something. This one grows way up here. He's got a buddy here. See, he grows down there like this, and then they just, whatever. They just grow wherever. There, here, boom. Put one there. This guy has one here, just tapping back into the paint again. One there, there. See, I'm kind of moving right along here, but that's okay. Because I'm trying to show you the point of what I'm doing here. Now, let's just make this guy a little even here, make him shine, make him glow. Straight into the yellow. These things are cool, actually. I like these things. See? Just putting them everywhere. Make sure you come down to the fence a little bit too with a few little shapes and textures and such. Now let's go to the bottom. Let's go to the bottom. Now this is like more yellow ochre, huh? Let's go to the bottom with some yellow ochre. Tap your brush. There's already some green in there, so that's okay. I need to find a new tap spot. Pull it out. Boom. Yellow ochre, see? Let's do this. We're going to place the brush like this. We're going to plant the fence posts in. All right, and he just kind of goes like this. All right, watch this. I'm going to lighten it up back there. I'm just tapping, tap, tap, tap. There's a little yellow and green in there, and that's okay. Actually, let me set that down. This is where I should be using, I think, the 2-inch brush. Here we go. Yellow ochre, 2-inch. There's some greens and yellows, and it's all the colors. More yellow ochre, though. Ugh. See? Just. I'm leaving some of the dark in there. See that? Leave some of that dark in there. I think that's super important. Super, super important. You could take the knife and then you can, do one of these things. You could pull up some, little, sticks or whatever. See? Because I believe there was a few. Random areas. Random areas. All right. Now I'm going to grab the fan brush because it's right here. Fan brush. Yellow. Fan brush and some yellow. A lot of yellow. There's some green in there. But I want to just do a few little highlighted areas, but there's a lot of paint on here already, so that may not be a thing. May not be able to do that. We may not be able to do that. So, oh yeah, looking good. All right, so let's try this again. Yellow. I got some yellow on the fan brush, and I just really wanted to put just a few little, somethings in. See, I'm actually just going to touch around, I think, maybe. See how that works? This is how you experiment right here. You just experiment, It doesn't want to stick because there's a lot of paint. And I'm not thinning it down because I don't like thinning paint down with thinner. So I'm going to take the knife. And I'm just going to spot on a few little areas just to show some little texture and some highlights and such like that. See, maybe there's a little, look, now there's little dandelions growing here too. See that? One there. See, you just do whatever. You can do all kinds of stuff. Something like that. You can take the 1-inch brush and just kind of, plant a few little bushes, maybe in front of the fence, see? Go right like this, just so it don't look so, whatever, Let's do that take over again. Something like that. The fence is there. It's there. Oh, it's there. Yeah. Step back. Okay, well, hey, listen, I think we're done. I think I had a great time. I know I had a great time making this. Annie, I want to thank you for requesting this because it's always good to do new things. And I know I like to stick to my standard landscapes and things like that, but something like this really opens my mind up and I actually will learn new things. So I just really want to thank you for requesting this. I normally don't take requests, but it sounded so interesting and the picture was so cool. And I'm just happy to do this. And I really would love for you to do this. I hope you follow this tutorial, tag me on Instagram. But I just want to say something. I want to thank all of you guys for being here. All the interactions that you have here on YouTube in the comments section. You guys are like a family to me, and I want you to know that you make a big difference in my life. I struggle with things daily that I don't talk about with you guys here because I just don't feel like I should. But I want you to know that I fight through those things and I come out with a positive attitude each and every single time. And I want you to know that, and I want you to know, I keep saying I want you to know, but it's because I really want you to know you make a difference. You guys make a difference for me. I appreciate the comments. I appreciate the likes and the shares. I just appreciate you. And that's the best way I can say it. Thank you, Annie, for reaching out. If you guys have seen the TV show, 13 Reasons Why, that's where their affiliation is with them. They're very, very cool people, and it's very inspiring that somebody at that level would reach out to somebody like myself. So I want to thank you sincerely for that. I hope you enjoyed the video. Like, share, subscribe for the 50th time because it helps me. It helps me continue to do this. And I love you guys. I really love you guys, and I'm grateful. Thank you for helping me continue to do this because your impact is more than you'll ever know. I will see you in the very next video. Take care.